Good morning, my friends. I have to tell you that reflecting on these meditations over the last few days has really shifted some things inside of me related to joy, being a flame, passing it on, and noticing it. It's funny how when I look for something, I start to see it more and more, or feel it more and more. So what that says to me is we have to be very careful what we choose to notice, because those become the seeds, the plants and the trees and the forest that become our very selves. The practice of becoming and seeing, noticing, and offering the contagious joy that is possible is very precious. Thank you for joining me as we all sit here together this morning. Let us be seated, knowing and appreciating with joy that there are many of us sitting together in these brief meditations, over 100 at least, and that energy among us, around us, and between us multiplies. That the breath you notice in yourself right now is the same breath and the same air as all others are breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, I know I am full. Breathing out, I know I am connected with everything and everyone around me in that fullness. Breathing in, I know that I carry and hold the seeds of joy. Breathing out, I smile. Yes, I smile. Let it happen. Right now. For our time today, there's a poem by Mary Oliver that I want to share with you that really struck me. It's entitled, "Joy is Not Made to Be a Crumb." Listen for what stands out to you. If you suddenly and unexpectedly feel joy, don't hesitate. Give into it. There are plenty of lives and whole towns destroyed or about to be. We are not wise, and not often very kind, and much can never be redeemed. Still, life has possibility left. Perhaps this is its way of fighting back, that something, sometimes, happens better than all the riches or power in the world. It could be anything, but very likely you notice it in the instant when love and joy begin. Anyway, that's often the case. Anyway, whatever it is, don't be afraid of its abundance. Joy is not made to be a crumb. Reflect on this and what stands out to you. Sometimes we do resist, or I know that I do, and hesitate to feel joy, as I've acknowledged before. Sometimes because it is amidst of all the suffering that I see around me, close and far away. One question would be, why should I feel joy? But I like the shift from Mary Oliver that says, amidst all the suffering in the world, why should you resist feeling joy? I mean, what do we want to bring to that suffering? And it may be hard to remember that joy is not made to be a crumb. When we see how many people struggle, and most all of us have a compassionate heart that desires to relieve that struggle in some way. And perhaps even in our own struggles, we can get lost and let joy be simply a crumb rather than something we seek to experience in every situation. In every situation, there is life, death, and resurrection. Gifts and loss and transformation. Bring to mind a time in your life where you can notice this triune of three, where there is life and loss and resurrection, restoration, sadness, fear, transformation, gratitude. Try these on in these moments of quiet breathing in your own life, allowing your awareness to rest on the first place that comes to mind, where you notice the wholeness of life and loss and resurrection and a transformation, perhaps, of a part of you or a part of something else that would not otherwise have happened without the darkness preceding it. Bring it to mind. Feel it in your body. Breathe color and life into that memory. Reflect on how the light emerged from the darkness in time, or maybe too long a time in our own judgment. But nonetheless, there is truth that light dissipates darkness, and that life moves in that threesome of life and death and resurrection. And allow yourself to be willing to believe that. Perhaps, as Mary Oliver suggests, our way, my way, of fighting back is trying my best to share a bit of joy in the moments we spend here together, or the moments I spend in the day going forward from here, to show people that I see them, I hear them, I value them. To go out like that torch, however small or large that torch may be for me that day, there's always a little flame if I'm mindful of it, which is not to suggest any version of get over yourself, as George Bernard Shaw suggested perhaps. It's simply to know that within every one of us there is a light that can illuminate darkness if we have a commitment and the mindfulness to use it. And that perhaps the real joy in life is definitely in what we give away. If you're not sure, go experiment today. Give away what you can at any moment that offers the willingness to receive it. And notice what happens. Namaste. Amen.